Students, today we are going to learn chapter number 2, that is Introduction to Concepts of Database. We are going to learn Introduction to DBM. Two basic concepts we will learn, that is first is data and second one is information. So database is nothing but the collection of interrelated data where the data is. This we are going to see the introduction of database management system. We will see the some applications of DBMS. Now here two questions are given below. How all the systems work and which fields are used in the above systems. Now if we consider the railway reservation system, so it contains the information about the railway and the passengers. The railway number, railway name, the passenger details includes passenger number, passenger name, passengers address, passengers age and passengers Aadhaar card number. So this type of information is stored in the railway reservation system. In library management system, as all the things are regarding the books, that is starting from book number, book name, author name, the student who has taken the book, on which date it is issued, on which date it is written. So all the details are stored in the library management system. In the universities and colleges, all the information are related to the students, their subjects, their IDs, their marks. In the credit card transaction, the credit card number, the credit card details, the credit card expiry date, the customer's name, these details are required. On social media sites, the username and password related to the Facebook account or WhatsApp account, Twitter account are required. And in the banking related details, that is the bank ID, customer's name, customer's balance, these details are required. So these are certain examples or applications of DBMS. Now we will see the next slide. Now we are going to learn the advantages of database management system. Now there are different advantages like reducing data redundancy, sharing of data, data integrity, backup and restore. So we are going to see the reducing the data redundancy. Now what do you mean by data redundancy? So data redundancy is nothing but the duplication of data. That is, data is duplicated. So there are my chances that when we enter the student's information, then instead of one student, one subject, so we are entering the two same roll number to the two students. So it becomes a duplicate data. So the file-based data management system contain multiple files that we stored in the many different locations in a system or even across multiple systems. Because of this, there were sometimes multiple copies of the same file which lead to the data redundancy. Sharing of data, the same data can be shared in the multiple databases. In a database, the users of the database can share the data among themselves. Many remote users can also access the database simultaneously and share the data between themselves. Data integrity, now it means the data is accurate and consistent in the database. So when we want to access or retrieve some information, as the data is consistent and accurate, so we can easily get the information what we want. So data integrity is very important as there are multiple databases in a database management system. All of these databases contain the data which is visible to multiple users. That means multiple users can access the data at a time. Next one is the data security. Database management system provides the correct security to the databases. So it is a vital concept in a database. Only authorized users should be allowed to access the database and their identity is authenticated using a username and password. That means to identify the person, the username and passwords are important. Unauthorized users should not be allowed to access the database under any circumstances. If they want to allow or allowed to access the database, they can't because the username and password security is provided. The privacy rules in a database means only the authorized users can access a database according to its privacy constraints. There are levels of database access and a user can only view the data he is allowed to. Now, for example, in a social networking site, the access constraints are different for different accounts a user may want to access. Database management system automatically takes the and recovery. The users don't need to backup data periodically because this is taken care of by the DBMS. So automatically backup and recovery options are available as we store the data. Development and maintenance time, as it reduces all the development and maintenance time because all the software we get in a ready-made fashion. So ready-made softwares are available. With the help of that software we can easily do whatever we want. Now next one is the data types in DBMS. Now what do you mean by the data types? That is what type of data is entered in the particular field. For example, if roll number is there, so always roll number contains the numerical form, that is numbers from 0 to 9. So in that case, we cannot enter the alphabetical data, that is A to Z. So always number is used for the roll number, employee ID, customer number. Suppose a customer's name I want to insert, so always I have to insert the character type of data because we can store A to Z type of data in that one. That means what type of data we want to insert, so depends on that the data types are used. Four main classes are given, that is text, numeric, date and time. In the char text, the first data type is char, which holds a fixed length of string, that is fixed length of characters. The fixed size is specified in the parenthesis in the curly bracket in the round brackets. Varchar, which holds a variable length string, that is the length always changes. Variable means a length always changes. The maximum size is specified in the parenthesis. Numeric, that is decimal, so it can represent with or without the fractional part, that is decimal part is included. And second one is integer, which holds a whole number, a fixed value, a fixed numerical value it is inserted. Date, it holds the date including date, month and year. And time, it holds the time, which format is hours, minutes and seconds. So these are the four main classes of the data types. Next one is the data model. Now data model is nothing but the structure of your database. So here database is designed according to certain rules. This logical structure of database is called as a model. Data models define how the data is connected to each other and how they are processed and stored inside the system. It describes the method of storing and retrieving the data. There are different models like network model, hierarchical model and relational model. Now in this we are going to see the relational model, which is included in the syllabus. This is the most popular model as most of the software database management system software has adopted this model. This is easy, widely used around the data storage and processing because it has all the properties and capabilities required to process the data with storage efficiency. Then a transaction is a term which is included in this model, which is called as the action which is performed on the database. For example, if we delete some data, if we update certain data, if we add the new data, that action we are performing on the database. So it is a unit of work that is performed against a database. Now, for example, if you are creating a record or updating a record or deleting a record from the table, then you are performing a transaction on that table. So transaction is nothing but the action which is performed on the table.